Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Super Godzilla. Super Godzilla is an action game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, released I think in '94, although I didn't get to play it until a few years later. In fact, I may have been finished with high school, maybe even in college by the time I got to play it. Now, even though this is a action game, it's a rather peculiar action game. I think the best way to explain it is just to show you. So let's just start, well, we'll start the game, but we'll wait a minute so we can see the opening cinematic. The year 1998. Mysterious message suddenly arrives, announcing a general attack on all of Japan. Then, just as in the message, first King Ghidorah appears in Osaka and starts to tear the city apart. Helpless before the monster, the self-defense agency turns its eyes to Godzilla, sleeping at the bottom of the sea, of Japan, as its final weapon. What they thought was to control Godzilla with human hands and make him fight the monster. The plan was executed immediately. The operation box developed by Professor Ogata was installed in Godzilla's body. The strategy succeeded and Godzilla awoke. But could Godzilla and his ferocious fighting spirit really be controlled? Everything depends on you who have the controller in your hands. Alright, so how do we start the game properly? Godzilla, stand by OK. We are bringing him onto land at Osaka. This is how each stage is going to start. It's going to be an overview of Japan. It's going to be which part of Japan we're going to. The rest is all up to you. Use your best technique to control Godzilla. Various enemies are lurking in the city. Move carefully. If you move Godzilla crashing through buildings, it injures him. That's why we have prepared points for energy resupply and other points in the city. Collect these items and head for the monster. Good luck! This is the layout of the battle zone. We can see that this battle zone is 2x2 grids. And the kind of yellow dot will be Godzilla, and the more pinkish dots are where they think the monster we have to fight is. Alright, so this is where the game begins. We have a map at the bottom, and an image of Godzilla moving around at the top. And that blue dot is Godzilla. Now, we direct him around by just pressing the direction we want him to go and letting him go. Now, right now he's in the water. The water are those kind of blue squares. He moves more slowly through those. But the kind of gray that he's on right now are just streets. He can move through those much more quickly. Okay, that may have been hard to see, but he just stepped on a landmine. I usually don't bother with landmines. I just walk right over them and keep going. We are giving energy to Godzilla. These blue squares are points where Godzilla can go to get his health restored. Like that landmine that we stepped on did a little bit of damage to us. Refueling complete. We are moving. Now there's 3 of them in a row. so just have to get through this real quick. Just gonna move down here. And that kind of green square right there is a tank. You just step on that and destroy it. And that yellow square we just stepped on was an item point. And we picked up the Fighting Spirit Increase item. If you use it during a battle, it becomes easier to raise Godzilla's fighting spirit. I'll show you what that means a little later. Alright. Now there are these sort of gray squares that you see as well. Those are buildings. Some of the buildings we can just smash through. Other buildings will actually turn us around. Like the ones above Godzilla right now are buildings we can't smash through. Now moving around the Sutenkaku Tower? Alright, well Ghidorah isn't around here. Now you can take your time and explore the stage as much as you like picking up items. In this case, we pick up the Super Energy Refill item. If you use it during a battle, Godzilla's energy is completely refilled. But you only carry 4 of them at a time, and we've got 2 of them. Now there is a time limit to these stages, and more often than not, you're in no trouble of ever reaching them, unless you just spend all your time wandering around. Alright, you have picked up the Defense Increase item. If you use it during a battle, for a while, Godzilla is not hurt even if he is attacked. That essentially makes Godzilla invincible for a few seconds. Now that pink dot over there, that's the boss monster. You want to head over there and do battle with it. The enemy is around here. Be careful. Oh, looks like he's coming to meet us. Now moving around Osaka Castle. That's strange. King Ghidorah should be at this point. Ah! Okay, listen. Godzilla and the enemy monsters both have ferocious fighting spirit. The stronger it is, the more the enemy attacks, and the more destructive the techniques Godzilla can attack with. Each of the enemies has its own rhythm, and the instinctive bar raises and falls with a certain pattern. Aim for the low point of the enemy's fighting spirit, then move Godzilla in. Slip in close while holding down the enemy's fighting spirit as much as possible, then punch. This opens up Godzilla's attack window, then pull him back quickly. The further back you go, the more Godzilla's energy builds up, and the more powerful technique he can mount. Now that may have been a little confusing, but you can see down there we have 2 bars, a gold one for Ghidorah and a blue one for Godzilla. And the higher it is, the more damage he'll do when he does an attack, like he just did there. Now we want to move while the bar is low, but stay still or block while it's high. We want to get in close and hit the enemy. Alright, but Ghidorah launched his own attack, because we were moving while his fighting spirit was high. Now we're going to get knocked back a bit. If you don't watch out, the enemy will shoot his light rays too. When we hit him, we're going to move back. And that bar down there, not that bar, but whatever you call that down there, that window down there, will flip through different attacks Godzilla can do. And you can pick which one you like, provided you have won the time and your fighting spirit is high enough. The higher Godzilla's fighting spirit, the blue bar, the more powerful the attack you can throw. But in that case, we didn't luck out, because the enemy can interrupt us. That icon is his body slam. He's going to throw his body into Ghidorah to damage him. or even headbutt him. And that's his tail swipe. And we'll see if we can get an atomic breath. Nope. Now those numbers in the bottom are his monster's health. Ghidorah has 285 at this point, Godzilla has 324. When it gets down to 0, the enemy or Godzilla is defeated. And there's Godzilla's atomic ray. Now that means Godzilla's going to do a random attack. It could be any of his, I think he has 4 different attacks. Tail swipe, body slam, atomic breath, and super atomic breath. Super atomic breath is what we really want to aim for, but I have trouble getting that one. So you know what, this fight is almost over. Let me show you some of the items. This is the green defensive item. It will make Godzilla invincible. So you see his portrait is now flashing green, and he gets hit. He doesn't take damage. And there we go, his super atomic breath. It looks a lot like his regular atomic breath, but the blue beam looks larger in the window. And that should be the end of Ghidorah. He blew his head off. Now this is our victory screen. Godzilla roars triumphantly. Blasts his atomic flame. And we get our score for the stage. The more energy we keep, the sooner we get done with the stage, is more energy. If we destroy any buildings or mountains or towers or whatever the case may be, we lose some points. So our total is 4490. And when you get a certain number of points, you get an extra continue. I don't remember how many points, but you do. Now, what's this? Ghidorah's being beamed away by something. What's that? What's that UFO? They're bringing King Ghidorah along. Could that mean that? You controlled Godzilla to fight against King Ghidorah. You Earthlings are tougher than we thought. You are the ones who used King Ghidorah to destroy the city. Our battle to conquer Earth has just begun. Our first targets are Japan and Godzilla. Send one monster after another at him. Watch this. Are they aliens? How many monsters can they be controlling? We can't let our guard down. We never know when or where the enemy will appear. I'll study the remaining King Ghidorah head. Maybe I can find something of some use.